Okay, so we got some problems with the M5. Not really anything too major, hopefully. What's been going on? Been cold starting rougher and rougher and rougher, and I've still neglected to replace all the coil packs, so I suspect that's what's happened. Now, there's a few other issues with it though, and one is that I left my ICOM in the sun. Oh, and some asshole left the window down last night, which was me. Good thing it didn't rain. So anyhow, that's pretty rare for, well, usually I got the car in the shop, it doesn't matter. So the ICOM, which is right here, which that's what links our laptop to the car. I left it in the sun and something went wrong. You plug it in, it works for a minute, then it shuts off, doesn't go back on. So I need to order a new one of those. They're about 300 bucks. Sweet, right? But this one's done a lot of stuff. Sadly, my cable stopped working a while back. Never replaced it because I had the ICOM. So the only place I could buy the ICOM is in good old China. Probably get the woo flu from buying that. But the cable's right here. This is a cheaper one. So I actually bought the Beamer Geeks cable is like 70 bucks with tax and shipping and everything like that. So that'll be here in a day or two. Until then, we got the Creator C310 that is keeping the car just in cases. So what the story was, the only check engine light we had in this thing was still for the evap system. And I noticed whenever I drive the car and I stop, I could smell a little bit of fumes when I open the trunk, or like in the trunk area and the outside rear passenger area. I need to put the pumps on it, the evap pumps on it. They're probably bad. I need to get on the lift first though and check everything out. All that being aside, that doesn't throw a half power check engine light. So like I said, the last few days, last week, I've only driven a handful of times in the last week. Started up, idle's real choppy for just a little bit, 10 seconds, and it goes to normal. So when it threw the light, I drove it 30 miles each way, 60-mile round trip. Did fine, came home, shut it off, everything's fine. The next morning I went to start it up and that's when it tripped it. So we're gonna start it up right now and we're gonna see what we got here. Yeah, rough idle, and that's how longer it does it for. No half power, no nothing. Interesting, right? Let it run just for a minute here and see if it'll throw a check engine light, but sadly it got erased. I deleted the codes when I was fiddling with the ICOM trying to get it to work, so we couldn't tell what was happening. But it's a perfect example why you never want to leave in either, whether it's this, the E90 or anything, without a car scanner with you. Even if it doesn't read the codes correctly, which Misfire it will, anything complex it won't, you want to be able to reset that half power light when you're out on the road, because turning off the key and turning it back on may not always do it. Now, there's a few variables to that car, things I did not do yet. I should have. When I did the throttle actuators, I did not do the idle actuators, and I told those could be an issue. I was also told there is a rubber boot on the rear of the intake that connects the two sides for the PCV that could have a tear in it, causing weird issues like that. But in the end, more than likely it's a coil pack on its way out. I did save, last time I had to buy an emergency coil pack at AutoZone, which worked a little bit. I did save that. I threw it in the trunk of my box of emergency M5 supplies. So if we're out somewhere, at least I could put that in there and get it back home. And that's the biggest thing on these. If you're driving one of these S85 cars or even S65 cars and you're out, the best thing you could do with you is to carry an extra coil pack with you. The glove box scanner, just some cheap piece of crap that you could scan the car, Those Creator C310s are like 50 bucks. I'll link that in the description if you guys want to buy one of those off the Amazon store. You can use an even cheaper scanner, but it's not going to tell you any transmission codes or any ABS codes. At least that does ABS, SRS, and everything. You can see any problem that pops up with that. That's the difference. For 50 bucks, I mean, hell, you can't really beat that, and they have it on Prime. But that's going to be it. I mean, just kind of a weird video today. That's the only problem with the S85, though. I'm still going to firmly stand by this is the most reliable BMW I've ever had. Oh, and then we're going to start on this thing. Write in the comments if you want me to film this. We got to pull the intake off. We got new valve cover, new PCV system, and then our starter finally came in, right? So we'll throw that in there. Let me know if you guys want to see that. I've done that a long time ago, many times over. But for M54 guys, maybe you want to see it. I really don't know. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Have a good day.